Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. Welcome back to Carolina News. Welcome back to Carolina News. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Carolina News. It's your boy, 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 Braden Maloy, 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 and welcome to Carolina News. With just 3 floors and 6 apartments, this house doesn't seem like it's making a difference in the grand scheme of it all. But with a city whose residency numbers are already overflowing city limits, a room is a room, no matter how small. While Swift is the newest store to open here in 5 Points, it is not the only recent one. With a variety of banks, restaurants, and storefronts, the area is slowly bringing back its pre-pandemic life. This time with a modern, swag-filled change. Along with the $50,000 that they donated to the organization, Walmart also donated $40,000 worth of food to today's packing event. That means over 2,000 boxes were packed today. And that's definitely not a one-man job. Law enforcement from Charleston, Greenville, Richland County, and all across the state of South Carolina came out to lend a helping hand. With wicked numbers of tourists and residents pouring into South Carolina, the state is fighting to keep up with the times. Local liquor stores are hoping this bill brings a new sense of Southern comfort and a lot of greens. I had a chance to speak with the primary sponsor of this bill today about how this bill can become more of a priority in the Senate. And she said the key was to make sure the community's voices are heard. And today's leaders of the march are doing just that. They had a meeting today at the State House earlier this afternoon, and they just got out a couple minutes ago. And here's what they told us. Changes have been made to the bill, but these changes are not disclosed at this time. What we do know is the plan is to move the bill to the full Finance Committee for a hearing sometime between now and the end of the session in May. Live at the Horseshoe for Carolina News, I'm Braden Maloy. Back to you, Latasha. Thanks, Kyle. The Racial Justice Network is now calling for the arrest of the officer who fired the fatal shots, as well as a bill that will help dispatchers distinguish help calls from those experiencing mental crisis and those who are not. Along with the Moore Charlie family, the family's attorney, a civil rights nonprofit Carolina for All, and several mental health advocates spoke at today's presser to discuss how law enforcement should proceed in future similar cases. Yeah, Michaela, the Palmetto State Teacher Association met today at the Southside State House steps to ask state leaders to act, attract talent to the teaching profession, compensate teachers as professionals, and treat teachers as professionals. Because they believe without great teachers, there are no great students. Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Casey Police Department where the officers in blue are going green. The department just received 3 new e-bikes to add to their patrol fleet in hopes of increasing visibility, efficiency, and law enforcement efforts. And Casey is looking to continue their eco-friendly efforts here at the police station. They're working on e-bikes, solar panel speed limit signs, and even new patrol cars. At the Casey Police Department, for Carolina News, I'm Braden Maloy. For 6 years, Cassie Leah Ray, the widow of Officer Greg Leah, who died in the line of duty, has ran the program Greg's Groceries in hopes of bonding law enforcement with the community.
And I began this work because after my husband was killed, I was deeply called to try to find a way to bring police and communities together.
Serve and Connect, Greg's Groceries parent company, has used 50 law enforcement departments to donate over 115,000 meals to people in need, but not without a little help from Walmart.
Present this check for $90,000 worth of monetary and food donations here today with partnership with Serve and Connect.
Today, Serve and Connect held a boxing event to celebrate the donation, and community showed up and showed out. Along with the $50,000 that they donated to the organization, Walmart also donated $40,000 worth of food to today's packing event. That means over 2,000 boxes were packed today. And that's definitely not a one-man job. Law enforcement from Charleston, Greenville, Richland County, and all across the state of South Carolina came out to lend a helping hand.
This crowd and see so many cops from all across this state, it shows that you have that commitment to do what we do at Richland County, and our slogan's been for 26 years, building unity in the community.
Cassie was blown away by the support from law enforcement and the community, and said she's proud that everyone has come together for the same reason.
We want our community to be safe, our families to be protected, and our children to thrive.
Cassie said what keeps her going with the organization is the lasting words from her husband. For every one negative story you hear, there are thousands of positive stories going untold every day. For Carolina News, I'm Braden Maloy. College's new name, image, and likeness deal has seen the sponsorship game explode across college athletics, but has mostly been led by the big national brands. However, local businesses are beginning to throw their name in the ring and start contending with the big dogs.
I think they definitely see the value in being partnered with someone local. And I mean, again, it's just so cool for me because it's like I'm literally, I do what I do and I keep it very real. I keep it a buck, authentic, whatever. But like, I'm fans of them, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cheering for them. I'm a Gamecock, I bleed garnet and black.
Some of South Carolina's highest profile athletes, Spencer Rattler and Luke Doty, are shifting their focus to the community to support those who give them just as much back.
Some may not be the biggest, but hey, you're helping out a local company, you're helping out somebody that is more than grateful to do the same for you. So everybody's just kind of helping each other, and I think that's the cool part about it.
And though money is the main focus, many local businesses cannot keep up with the $100,000 deals being produced by big brands. Instead, they are making the athletes' brands big.
Really felt like, I'm not going to be the entity that's going to go throw around bags of cash, 50 grand, 100 grand, go give somebody a car or whatever. But on the merchandise side of things, them being able to brand themselves, having a certain revenue split, if you will, behind the scenes, and being able to compensate them and allowing fans to support their favorite athletes through rocking their merch and also putting money in their pocket, I thought that was going to be a good opportunity.
Companies like the Spurs Up Show, who have partnered with 8 USC athletes, Native Sons and Myrtle Beach Store, who partnered with hometown star Luke Doty, and the European Wax Center, who partnered with Aaliyah Boston, are quickly seeing the benefits of being partnered with local celebrities. And are feeling pretty good about it.
I think probably one of the main things is through what we would consider more of the off season, the winter, January and whatnot, business continued to thrive.
And that business is thriving throughout all of USC athletics.
Softball to swimming and diving to club rugby to obviously football, baseball, basketball. So it's been really cool to get outside the normal realm. Everybody just thinks about football or basketball. It's like there's a lot of other student athletes, a lot of other sports on campus that deserve that. Hey, you rock the garnet and black. I rock with you. So
for Carolina News, I'm Braden Maloy. Columbia's 5 Points area has seen a recent cycle of closures and openings, and a lot of new businesses moving into old homes ready to make a swift change. Ashanti Thomas started his clothing business in a dorm room at Clemson trying to support his football mouthguard business, but quickly found a love and passion for apparel.
I was printing myself, heat pressing myself, and just trying to get them out there and sell them to whoever I could. And then we started doing pop-ups around campus and pop-ups at other stores.
But he settled on Columbia as a perfect spot.
Columbia has a lot of opportunity, and they don't have a brand like this, especially a brand that's been designed in South Carolina. I wanted to do that here and give Columbia something special.
While Swift is the newest store to open here in 5 Points, it is not the only recent one. With a variety of banks, restaurants, and storefronts, the area is slowly bringing back its pre-pandemic life, this time with a modern, swag-filled change.
I'm really excited about Ashanti's business because 5 Points hasn't ever had something like that, So that is something we've never seen, but I think we fully could support in our district for him.
And Katie loves where the district's heading.
Yes, we're a historic district, but that doesn't mean that our stores are old. And I feel like it's a good, new thing to bring in fresh blood in a way,
And Ashanti says it comes down to one thing.
It's all taking a chance and all faith and finding that right customer. But most of it is faith.
For Carolina News, I'm Braden Maloy. Well, guys, let me ask, have you ever heard the phrase, looks can be deceiving? Because even though it is an absolutely gorgeous day out here, it is cold, cold, cold. The highs today only got up into the low 60s, which is crazy to think that we're already in mid-April and we're still in the 60s. And tonight the lows will drop back down into the 40s, so it is definitely not feeling like spring just quite yet. However, we are lucky because the rain we saw early in the week has moved up and moved out, so we're good there. But if your allergies are starting to act up, I got a couple of tips later on that you should know. Caleb, it is definitely a big celebration today with it being my birthday. You know, the T-Swizzle year, 22, baby. And I'm just so grateful that I get to experience my birthday here on TV, but almost as grateful as I am experiencing this amazing weather. You know, it's getting warm. Today was still a little cooler. We only got to a high of 65. Tonight's gonna get down to a low of 48, so you still need to keep your jackets on hand. However, later in the week, it will get a little warmer, but we do know with the warm weather comes spring showers, so you're gonna have to trade those winter jackets in for rain jackets and make sure your umbrellas have no holes in them. Now this weekend, we got a special event coming to the Midlands, so later in the show, I'll let you know if the weather's gonna be yay or nay for the Carolina Cup. Back to you in the studio. Guys, it is changing. I mean, let's just take a moment and look at this. I mean, just like you two back at the desk, this is looking absolutely stunning. We're sitting in a nice 76 degrees here. It did hit 80 earlier in the afternoon, so that makes it 4 days in a row, almost a full work week. We're getting there, but we all know South Carolina weather is as temperamental as a 4-year-old on no sleep, so we will be dipping back down below 50 tonight, so you might want to set an early bedtime. And look, this is perfect spring break weather, but we're still a couple days out. Is it gonna last till Monday? I'll let you know later in the show. Back to you. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Braden Maloy, back with your weather. We're gonna quickly take a look at the current here in Columbia. Like I told you, it's sunny outside. Stay away from those shady spots though, it's a little cold there. Temperature about 63 and feels like 63. Humidity still high, and the wind's about 7 miles per hour, so not too bad, not too bad. If we look at tonight's lows here, look at this. Up in Greenville and Rock Hill, we're getting down in the 40s, 37. That's about the lowest in the state, so might not wanna go to Rock Hill. 41 in the Midlands, we're around in the high 30s, low 40s right here in Aiken, Owensboro, and then across the coast, we're back down in the 40s. Hilton Head coming in at 54 as the highest of today. Tomorrow's highs, however, look at this, all across the 70s in the Midlands. That's gonna be a nice day. Even up in the upstate, we're getting 69, 70, and down on the coast, we're at 64, 68, and 70, so it's definitely gonna be warmer tomorrow. It might be the day you wanna go outside. It's gonna be looking nice. But I mentioned earlier, we got some pollen, you got some allergies, right? A lot of people dealing with allergies. All these are high. Look at this, tree pollen, high. Grass pollen, moderate. Ragweed pollen, none. To be honest, I don't even know what that is, so it's good if none of it. I got some tips for you if you got allergies though. Shower, that gets all the pollen off of you, right? Check the weather, or just listen to me. I'm here, Carolina News, I got you. Minimize your indoor pollen, so make sure you're brushing off your shoes and all that, wiping off before you go indoors. And then know your allergy relief. You know if you got allergies, take the proper steps to combating them. And then we're gonna look at the 5-day. Look at this, look how pretty Columbia is. And this is what it's gonna look like the rest of the week. Look at this, we got 72 right here, 78, 83, 84, and 85. It's going to be a beautiful week. Even the lows are hitting up in the 50s. It's gonna be sunny. We are finally getting to that April, May weather just in time for you to go out. School's ending, semester's ending. It's going to be great. That's all the weather I got for you. Back to you at the studio. Welcome back to Carolina News. I'm Braden Maloy, and it's time for sports. USC football has a new partner, and they're somewhat of a super fan, or as some would say, a fanatic. Fanatics and one-team partners have joined with the Gamecocks to give players the opportunity to make money off their custom jersey sales for the 2022 season. Any player can opt in, and fans can buy their favorite players' jerseys at shop.gamecocksonline.com. From the gridiron to the hardwood, high school basketball playoffs are well underway and many local teams are in their respective quarter and semifinals. Boys 5A semifinals will have Dutch Fork versus Fort D and Malden versus Ridgeview at 7:30 on Saturday. The title game is on March 3rd at 7 p.m. Girls will feature Lexington versus Sumter at 6 and Malden versus Dorman at 7, both tonight. It's funny enough, the Malden men defeated Dorman in their quarterfinal, and the Mavericks are hoping the women can get it done. Moving over to the soccer field where women are currently getting it done, the U.S. women's soccer team has secured a victory in their dispute with the U.S. Soccer over equal pay, a match that has been a stalemate since 2019. U.S. Soccer will pay $22 million to the women's team as dedicated in the case and another $2 million to put into an account to help athletes' post-career efforts to support women's soccer. Men and women's soccer will receive equal rate of pay for matches and tournaments this season. They say when one door closes, another door opens. Well, in this case, when one lawsuit ends, another one begins. Sort of. Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has begun his court hearing for the 22 sexual assault and misconduct lawsuits filed against him. Watson's lawyers appeared in court Monday, and the judge ruled Watson can be questioned under oath. The court's deposition has been delayed until after April 1st, but they know Harris County's district attorney will be pursuing criminal charges. In Virginia, a high school wrestler claimed a state title, but it wasn't the hardest match he's had to face this year. It might surprise you, but senior Adonis Lattimore was born without a right leg, half of his left leg, and only one functioning arm, but is still cruising through the Class 6 106-pound weight class. But if you ask Adonis, this was all according to plan.
Crazy, just really coming off of winning a state title and just really coming to realize that I really won it and I really accomplished what I set out to do.
Adonis hopes to wrestle in college next year. And finally, from the mats to the diamond, where Columbia is hoping to prepare their youth to find similar success to Adonis. Columbia's rec department is hosting a youth baseball clinic for athletes 7 to 14 years old. The clinic is on March 19th at Elwood Park. Several local high school coaches will be teaching the clinic. Sign-ups in March 13th, and you can do that on Rec's department website. That's all I have for sports. Back to you, Callista and Marissa. It's your boy, Braden Maloy, and it's time for sports. Today we start off with some tragic news from the NFL. 24-year-old Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins was killed. Haskins was struck while crossing the highway on Saturday in South Florida. Haskins played college ball at Ohio State, where he quickly grew into a legend, setting the Buckeyes' single-season record for yards and touchdowns, winning a Rose Bowl MVP, and being a 2018 Heisman finalist. He was drafted 15th overall by the then Washington Redskins in the 2019 draft. And a memorial has been set up outside the Horseshoe Ohio State Stadium in his honor. Moving over to golf, of course, the Masters wrapped up yesterday, and we saw a new face don that same old beautiful green jacket. Scottie Scheffler became just the third person to win the Masters at age 25 or younger over the last 40 years, and he did it pretty comfortably, leading the entire weekend and cruising to 1 under 71 and finishing 3 shots over second place Rory McIlroy. Scheffler's play was top level, but his emotions kind of subpar.
I cried like a baby this morning. I was so stressed out. I didn't know what to do. I was sitting there, I was telling Meredith, I don't think I'm ready for this. You know, I'm not ready. I don't feel like I'm ready for this kind of stuff.
Just 2 months ago, Scheffler was ranked 14th in the world and had no PGA wins. Now he has 4 wins, and he's ranked number 1. Back in Columbia, we have some Masters of our own. The Carolina girls dance team won the National Dance Alliance Division 1A National Championship. This is the girls' second straight national championship, and since they were down in Daytona for the weekend, of course, they had to take the celebration to the beach. Moving over to the diamond, where honestly, your guess is as good as mine when trying to figure out this Gamecock baseball team. Coming off a huge win against UNC earlier this week, the Gamecocks looked to carry that momentum into their weekend series against 14th-ranked Georgia. They didn't, dropping 2 of 3 to the Bulldogs despite outscoring Georgia 24-23 over 3 days. And their 4-8 SEC record is the second worst start in head coach Kingston's career with the team, and they'll hope to pick it up on Tuesday against North Florida. And as baseball season is getting into the swing of things, the NBA regular season is done, and here's the playoff picture. As you can see, the East and West are pretty set, and our Charlotte Hornets, I went back a couple of years, are going to play the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament for a chance to get that 8th seed. If they win, they'll go down, it'll be 9, and they could be up in Boston, or they could head down to Miami. Now, Casey, and I know you're a big Jason Tatum fan. You could see the Hornets play the Celtics.
Honestly, and if it happens, I will be in attendance. Love Jason Tatum.
That'd be cool. They probably want to play the Hornets, though, versus the Cavs or Nets. That'd be a tough first round for them.
Hello and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Lee Williams.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Braden Maloy.
Well, there's a ton going on here this weekend with Gamecocks athletics.
Man, I know, Lee. We got baseball, track and field, beach volleyball, tennis.
Oh, and don't forget this weekend's spring football game, Braden.
Lee, I could never forget about Gamecock football. Just like our reporter Caleb Deaton, who is live at the U of SC Athletics Village with a preview of this weekend in Gamecock sports.
Caleb, don't scare me like that talking about storms for the weekend.
Don't worry, Lee. We've got Casey Lattimore out in the greenhouse with more on this week's in weather. Casey, do we need to keep an eye out for any of those games Caleb mentioned to be canceled this weekend? Finally tonight on Carolina News, one 90-year-old is a Lego engineer, and he's got his own showroom at his retirement community in Kansas City. So far, he's built a Coliseum, multiple stadiums, a T-Rex, a Taj Mahal, a Big Ben, and more than 250 other sets. And his next project is nearly 5-foot replica of the Titanic that's more than 9,000 pieces. Now, I know we joked about it a little. I am taller than 5. I'm 5'8", let's just get out of the way right now. But I also love Legos. Did you play with Legos as a kid?
I did. I had the big bucket of Legos, and like we talked about also, I can vouch for you, you are taller than that.
I appreciate it. No Legos. 7 straight years, that was a solid Christmas present for my grandma. We loved Legos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So much fun, but just something that you never want to step on is a
No,
Lego.
no,
So.
absolutely not. But what you want to step into is this good weather we're having this week. So let's send it back out to Casey to wrap up the weather.
We have all these games tonight. What are you excited for?
You know, I think I'm excited for the Celtics beating the Nets once again. I think they can do it.
What about you, Braden?
That's a good series, but I'm a Hawks guy. So my Hawks down there in hot Atlanta, the series, they're down 2-0, but they moved back into the A tonight. So I'm hoping they can get it done.
Oh, you hurting.
Yeah, hurting bad. But coming up next on Carolina News, find out one creepy crawly getting named after one major pop star. Now, Madison, how would you feel? You think it'd be honored to be named after a bug, or a bug named after you?
I think it'd be absolutely terrible.
Well, we could
quite
have,
honestly.
Well, we could have like the Blumenauer butterfly. You
No,
don't like that?
I think that sounds absolutely awful.
That's
and
fair.
I think I'd be really offended.
I would go with the Malloy moth. You like
Yeah,
that one?
I think it fits
That
you
might be good.
perfectly.
That might be good. Casey, what if we go with the Lattimore ladybug? You like that one?
No, Braden, I don't, but
7 o'clock start. Now guys, it seems like a solid week for baseball this weekend.
Yeah, it does seem like a solid week, and like we were talking about just a few blocks away at Founders Park, the Fireflies are starting up, and our very own Braden Maloy is actually going to be working there.
I will. It's actually Segra Park is where the
Segra
Fireflies
Park,
are, but
excuse
I
me.
will be there. They're handing me the mic, which might be a little dangerous, but if you come out to the game, I might be able to get you on the field to play a game.
There we go.
Hey, that'd be fun, right? Coming up next on Carolina News, see why one band is reuniting to make new music.
Well, I think it's just awesome that Pink Floyd is being able to get back together, Braden. Now, if you could see any band of yours that favorite, dead or alive, reunite, who would it be?
I would definitely go with the Beatles. Grew up listening to them, love all the favorite songs, and to see John, Paul, Ringo, and George singing "We All Live in a Yellow Submarine" in concert, that'd be magical. That'd be magical.
That'd be pretty great. I'd probably have to say Queen. Let's take it to our weather person out in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, Alexa, for one last look at the weather.